Hello. Welcome back to the Communicators. This is year 2. It's episode 5. And the title is so creative. I'm ripping off another podcast, but it's for good reason, which I'll talk about in a minute. But it's 1% happier because it's based on an incredible episode from the 10% Happier podcast with Dan Harris. So, part of what I do in the newsletter and on LinkedIn and other areas is really to serve as an aggregator. And so when I come across something that I think is so critical and so important for us to be listening to as communicators, specifically as it applies to looking out and caring for ourselves, I'm going to share it. And I'm not going to make any apologies about completely just taking that content and giving it to you from Dan's podcast. So you have to go listen to it. I am not by any means, a replacement for that podcast. Consider this a commercial or a promotion for that podcast, which I'll get into in a minute. But it's been about a month since I was last with you, and a lot going on. Cavs are gone. The Guardians are playing a lot better than everybody thought. I think most of us as Guards fans kind of thought we would get this. Maybe not quite as dominant from the rookies early on, but I think that I'm not too surprised by where we are right now. There's trades and retirements, and Myles Garrett's been traded in the NFL. I am not a sports podcaster. I am a sports nut. I definitely can talk sports all day, any day. One of my favorite local podcasts is Zach Jackson and Friends. So if you're not listening to that, I'd highly recommend it. But it's also summer. Summer's here. Summer weather is finally here, I think. I folded my long sleeve shirts. They are officially away, but we'll see. Who knows? It's Northeast Ohio, and we could get frogs, bugs, tornadoes, orange barrels. I really don't know, and it would not surprise me. So let's get into it. We always start out with the 3 things, just as a way to cleanse my palate a little bit before I get into the main topic. So if you don't want to hear me talk about things, whether I'm celebrating them or bitching about them, you can skip. But the first thing up is Pride Month. Happy Pride Month. It's June, which is awesome. And I am one of these guys. I definitely love seeing the signs at churches about all are welcome, and something to be said for companies that do still pay tribute to the month by changing their logos or altering Anya Nerve throughout the first pitch at the Guards game last night, which was awesome. I do miss the days of when it was the long days ago, back in 2020, 2021, 2019, when we used to celebrate Pride Month a lot more. So this is my own little way of throwing it out there that it is Pride Month, and I am happy about that. I am proud of that, and definitely want to make sure that those that are celebrating, myself included, and acknowledging it, that everybody has the chance to do so. So wanted to make sure we threw that out there. Second thing, from something that's really awesome to something that's really pissing me off, these gas prices. What the hell? I mean, I know why. And the thing that drives me nuts is the stickers that were out there before when Biden was president. The Biden I did that stickers. I just find it incredibly ironic. Now, we're paying more now, and this isn't to be political. Wasn't excited about the prices then, but these prices are ridiculous, and I just don't understand why we're doing this, why we're choosing to put ourselves in this situation. Gas prices are just part of the issue. I mean, there's so many other things that are a result of the actions that have been taken these last couple months. But because I don't like to get into those things too much on this podcast, I'll just bitch about the things that I think we can all agree on, which is these gas prices. They're out of control. Third thing, so track season ended officially here in Ohio last weekend. It was the state meet, and my daughter's in her second year of track. So my wife and I were so excited to get into track because we have a lot of friends that their kids are in track. So the thought of getting to hang out with them so much and watch our kids compete, weather aside, was awesome. But I got to meet a lot of new people and become friends with a lot of new families, and just a great experience. And I don't know if this is the case for all of you, but track is really an incredible positive experience. Just I think the people in that sport are so nice and celebrate and do so many things that are positive. So I wanted to at least call that out. I've had an incredibly positive experience in that. Congratulations to so many people that I think were just blowing me away at the competition, and these high school athletes are just incredible in what they can do. So congratulations. I don't care if you were at state, didn't compete at state, your season was over a month ago. If you're in track and you're putting that effort and choosing to put yourself through that every day because you like it, then congratulations to you, and thank you, because it was a lot of fun to watch. Okay, so let's get into today's episode. It's the 1% Happier edition. And this is the, we always like to kick it off and get into it with this idea of the brought to you by the number, or brought to you by the letter. And today's number is whatever. Because every time I open up an article, a blog, a podcast, there is some scary number about the percentage of people that are lonely at work, the percentage of employees that feel they aren't thriving, that are sad, that don't feel purpose in their job. I mean, it's every day. And the interesting thing about that is I can't disagree with it. I understand it. But what I always am wondering about when I see these is what we're doing about it. I did recently write about and saw an article on a blog on well-being at work and the shift from wellness to well-being, and trying to help employees and folks you work with understand this and really have that best interest at heart. So I feel like we're new in the approach on a mass level towards helping ourselves focus on ourselves, which I think is why this podcast jumped out to me so much that I'm going to talk about today. We won't be long. And if you want to skip me and just go listen to, the 10% Happier podcast with Dan, I'll tell you what episode it was. It was your nervous system is being hijacked. Here's how to get it back, with Tara Brock. And she was fantastic, and her bio is amazing. I'll just read you the first line. She's a legendary meditation teacher and psychologist, founder of the Insight Meditation Community of Washington. So she was a great guest. I definitely want to learn more about her. But she talks so much about really just focusing on yourself in this selfish way that is a good way, by really getting to this place where you can think a little bit more open and clear-minded when it comes to the things that life is throwing at you. Hence the headline, your nervous system's being hijacked. There's so many things for us to be concerned about. So you can go listen to that. But if you don't, or if you're like, I don't know, Ben, tell me more. Why should I listen to this? I'm going to take a couple minutes and just give you 4 takeaways from it that really resonated with me. And you may listen to it and be like, I didn't even hear that. I heard this. And that's great, because there's so much packed into this hour episode. But here's the 4 that stood out to me. First thing, and they debated, or I shouldn't say debate, kind of alluded to the use of the word pray as, more descriptive. But the line "pray with your feet" was brought up by somebody that Tara was talking about an interview she did. And the point of that comment was, if you're feeling something, or if you're feeling stressed, or you're feeling a certain way where there's maybe things that are out of your control, get active, be in motion, do something. And she gave the example of somebody saying, and I'm not even going to try and get all the people that she quoted and interviews that she referenced correct. So I'll just say someone she was talking to and had interviewed said when they don't feel that they have any type of control over things they're doing, that's when they go and wash the world's feet, so to speak. They go and serve and give back and feel some reward in that, which I think is really important in terms of volunteering in any level, which she talks about, and I'll mention in a minute here. But just this idea of pray with your feet, do something to get involved, or do something to maybe counteract the things that you're seeing that you don't agree with. There are a lot of things that you can do and steps you can take. So that's the first one. Second thing was one that I have been echoing in my head the last 24 hours, and it has been really impactful. It's an incredible line. Love your fear. I was like, how do you love your fear? I don't want to love my fear. I have fears. I don't like them. But her point was, you really don't have a choice. It's going to be there one way or another, so you might as well learn to acknowledge it. And I have probably said that to myself 15 times over the past day, of just things that I worry about or I'm fearful of as it pertains to things in the headlines, things at work, things that I see. And I'm happy to report that line works. It forces you to face what it is that you're actually being fearful of, or I think, and you'll say, love your worry. So this idea that something's weighing on you, whether you believe in the idea of love or loving it, it forces you to confront it. The third thing, it went in my Smart Things Other People Say notebook, is the activity absorbs anxiety. And I wish I would have heard that years ago. But I can agree with that 100%. I am someone that meditates, does micro exercises throughout the day to stay active, and walks. But I think that I feel, because of that, I feel when I am being anxious, when I am dealing with anxiety, I feel like I have to get up and move, and my head instantly starts to clear. It doesn't solve the problem, it's still there, but it allows me to shift my thinking a little bit. So I can 100% agree with that. And if you're curious, there's a lot more that she gets into with Dan, but that line is really a solid one. Finally, the fourth thing is one I talk about a lot, and I wish I would push it more now that I hear other people talking about it, but it's just start. Everybody's always, in business, it's like, well, where do we start? I'm like, at the beginning. It could be small, it could be big, got to start. And that's kind of her point, is, back to that idea to pray with your feet, like just do something. Just do something wherever you are. Could be small. I think Dan gave the example of how they get together with friends and make sandwiches, have fun with friends, hang out, it's social, but then they take them to the local shelter. And so it's something that they can do and be a part of and get others involved in pretty easily. So those types of things I think are really powerful. They're empowering, that you're starting and you feel like you're doing something versus nothing, or just sitting back and like, what can I do? Well, anything is better than nothing. So that was the fourth one. Like I said, those are four takeaways for me. I think I needed to hear them. I would again encourage you to go listen to that podcast. It's an hour, split it up over 10 minutes here and there. I will definitely be revisiting it, listening to it again, getting familiar with the works of Tara. But Dan Harris's podcasts are always good. Never fail to deliver, but this one's one I think you'll all enjoy. So thanks for letting me share that. Today's red pen. Today's red pen's Mike Vrabel. Don't think just because I was gone for a month, Mike, I'm gonna let you off the hook. You are something. The more things come out about you and what you've been doing here, and accusing the media and saying that this is all far fetched, and what we're seeing in pictures and all these things, but I'm taking the red pen to you. I think you need to be crossed out and acknowledged here. So I hate to say it because you're from Ohio, Ohio State, more Steeler. But this is not good. And New England, not that I would ever expect you to do anything about it. But you're your acknowledgement of it and treatment and handling of this is not far behind where his actions are. So, Mike Frabel, Red Pen, I know you care so much about that, and my opinion holds a lot of weight. But it makes me feel better. So thanks for listening. Glad you guys are asking about it and where I've been. It's summer. Probably do a little bit more here and there. Maybe even have an interview. I don't know. We'll see. But until then, thanks for listening or watching to the Communicators.